Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Gulch. I'm Kenny Hall. Just gonna do a little Burns Green. I know you guys have seen me do Burns Green before. My first day off from painting for a minute, so thought I'd come out here to the shop, which is actually going to hopefully be expanded next week. That's my plan. I intend to take this wall and move it back another 6 feet. And the reason is because I bought another grinder. I picked up a little 6-wheel Genie. It's a 6-inch wheels. And, that'll allow me to do some like little cab work. And just kind of have something extra that if I come up with something that the big grinder can't handle, like fine detail work, I can do that. The other thing, at the same yard sale, I picked up a drill press, which I have not had a drill press for several years now, but I have kind of, since I've got back into being into the artistic aspect of making knives and just doing it for fun, the drill press will come in very, very handy. I can drill some really straight holes, and I actually have some handle ideas that I hope I remember, because I have a plan for one for somebody kind of special, for special friend of me, mine, excuse me, a little all over the place. Also today I'm going to be starting a handle for, I made this blade, it's microwave glass tray, and it's a pretty fine blade, right? Really nice flaking. The cool thing is you can see the flakes on both sides of the blade. And I'm going to make a handle. I gave it to my cousin Peggy, and I asked her this morning if she'd like me to put a handle on it. This is the beginning of the handle. It's some cherry burl. If you've never seen cherry burl, that's it. That is some, it's got like flames in it almost. Anyways, I'm probably not going to do a lot of focusing on that. And sort of one of the reasons that I want to do a video today, one is I haven't done it for a while, and two, I was just thinking a little while ago, especially after mentioning the new pieces of equipment. I've heard people say that boy, it sure would be great to be an artist. I could do whatever I want. You just get to do whatever you want, and you make money on it, and all this stuff. And I got to tell you, it's not like that at all. They think that you're free, and honestly, I'm not really free. If I get something in my mind, a vision of something that I want to do, I almost have to do it. I don't have a choice, and then I got to order material, and then I got to have the drill press because I want to do it with that, and then I got to have special bits. I got to buy bits for it. My shop's not big enough to handle all the equipment. I've got to expand my shop, and as an artist, you're just driven. You're driven to do these things, and it's a fun deal. If I don't get too far out there and start thinking that I have to make money on it. I don't have to make any money on this. I really don't. I can spend money on it. I can spend money on it. I can enjoy it. I can do something for somebody that I care very much about, and I can just make fun videos if I want, and I can make nice blades if I want. And I don't have to worry about production. I don't have to put out 12 to 20 knives a day. I don't have to do any of that. By the way, 12 to 20 knives for me, they're still going to be sharp. I'm not putting out too crappy work, so I just want to put that out there. Granted, my quality goes down a little bit, and the part of the quality that I lose is I get mostly perfect flaking if I sit down and take my time. And if I rush through the blade, which I was doing like, I don't know, 4 at a time, and I would do that 4 times in a day, average 16 knives. Then what I end up is 4 accidental ones that turn out perfect, and the rest are good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but you're not going to get that consistent perfect flaking all the time. You're going to have, half a dozen flakes on each side that kind of go willy-nilly. The center line might be off a little bit. Camera down, so I was able to let go of the camera today, but I have this attached to it so that you can get me talking to you, or you can get me flaking a blade. I've already had one go short. There it is, me bragging about how good I am, and something bigger than me tells me, oh yeah, we'll see about that. One of the things that I want to say is, this is a gift that, I did not sit down one day and say, I'm going to be a really good flint knapper. I just started working with Emery Coons because I loved the idea of making arrowheads, and I've always been a big fan of knives. I love a good hunting knife. And the quality just sort of happened. It was a complete accident. I've been working with Emery for, I don't know, 6 months or a year. Having trouble getting the flakes go to the center or past center. One day I managed to get one. I apparently had the right angle. I had the right pressure. My flaker was sharpened right. And I got one flake, and Emery says, okay, now repeat. I always want to make sure and give credit where credit is due. He and I may not get along, but he helped me a lot, and I am grateful. His dad helped me a lot too, and I'm grateful for that. Starting to wonder if if this color band is a little bit soft. See what's happening there. This piece did also have a fracture in that area, so when I scored the blade and broke it, it broke funny. So here's the funny piece of truth, you know, that it almost seems contradictory to what I just said, but it's not. It's just a piece of reality, is that even slowing down and taking my time does not guarantee a perfect blade. You can see he's got, you know, lots of good flaking up here, back here, but this area in the middle, you know, looks pretty rough, right? I had to bring flakes all the way from this side, clear up almost 3/4 of the way over to take off all that sawn mark. Well, this is a shout out to Joe, who's made like dramatic improvements in his knapping. It's pretty cool to watch. When I do this with the shearing tool, and this is my shearing tool, and I take this off, I'm really just doing the very farthest out serrations into the bottom of the serration to make that even. In other words, I try not to get too much of a football shape up here. It's still pretty much a very shallow angle. All right, give me 1 second. Broke one of my own rules, and not on the blade. If you're going to have coffee or something, you probably don't want to have it at this level. I normally put it up on the shelf. If anything has fallen in here, it's at the bottom right now. The cup is full, so I think I can get away with a couple of sips and be safe. You can go up there for the rest of the platform, if you can see that. It is not flat. It's actually probably about a 5 degree or so. So if I can flake that side. Actually, I enjoy making these videos. I was pretty nervous at first because I don't necessarily believe that I'm charismatic or photogenic, or that I speak well. And so I had a lot of insecurities in the beginning, but I actually really enjoy it. And it's nice to hear the comments. Feel free to comment. If you're really interested in my work, you can look me up on Facebook as well. Pretty even. see right here, that little 1/2 inch space, there's no platform left. And then even here, it's very, very little platform. So when they take care of these, this knife is going to be really sharp still. This blade is beginning to shape up like something I did in my production days, and I'm not surprised because it's been a little bit. I think I've made 1, 2 blades probably in the last month or so. So, you know, muscle memory changes. Pretty easy to forget the little, you see right there in that area, again, that same area. I think this particular color here, which is almost a brown, might be a little bit softer than the rest of the blade. We'll bring that just a little bit more to thicken the edge. I don't do a lot of burn screen across the bands. Looks okay. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the striped pattern like that on the green. And then going with the bands, if the bands went this length, it would actually take care of the issue that I'm having here. Not that it would make that particular area flake anymore, but this nice flaking material would be consistent all the way down the blade. And then sometimes I go back and I just barely, I'm sure it sounds more than it actually is. I barely touch that opposite side. Hopefully you can see. Right? There's no platform, that's just dust from the, you can feel it. So it's okay. Just the middle of it. That's probably gonna go on Facebook for a freebie or for cheap. probably $40 or something like that. Minutes. That's a long video for me. Looking forward to seeing you next time. I'm Kenny Hall. I think that after I shut off this video, I'm going to glue up some handles over there and some blades, and I'm going to try to show in detail how to wrap a knife with the artificial sinew and make it look really good. Till next time, thank you for coming.